It's time for Wisconsin race fans to gather round. Welcome to the Racing RoundUp Show. Thanks for joining us for our 41st consecutive season. We are your destination for news and interviews from NASCAR, the Upper Midwest, and within the Wisconsin racing scene. The Racing RoundUp Show is America's longest-running weekly motorsports show held in front of a live audience. You still have time to join the racing crowd for tonight's show. And now, here is the host of the Racing RoundUp Show, Jim Trado.
Hey gang, how are you? Welcome to LD's Barbecue on a beautiful Tuesday evening, the final bike night of the summer. We're hanging out at LD's Barbecue in East Troy. It's another Benson Valley Bourbon Road show presented by Oak Creek Automotive. Come on down and join the racing crowd. They're still rolling on in. The Big Al Wetzel Band is going to start here in a few minutes. Looking forward to seeing a lot of fun things going on outside here at LD's. In a moment, you'll find out more about what's tasty inside. And it's award-winning barbecue and rubs and sauces from our friend Leon and their gang here at LD's Barbecue. We're America's longest-running weekly motorsports show held in front of a live audience with coverage of NASCAR, the Upper Midwest, and the Wisconsin racing scene. Thanks again for joining us here on this August 26th edition. On tonight's show, Bill Holland goes in the groove at Slinger Superspeedway in the Alan Quickie Memorial Race. That was this past Sunday. Dirt late model racer Jamie Zeider, if you couldn't tell, he's right here. His car's here, the hauler's here, Mikey's here. He's got his American Foundation Specialist sponsored car right with us as well here in the lot at LD's. Tommy Cool Cat Coburn and is here with his Badger Midget on display with team owners Shay and Jessica Sassano. They're joining us as well. Pavement late model racer brothers Clayton and James Story are here. They race all over the place. They love racing at Dell's Raceway Park. We'll talk to them. Their cars are here on display as well on the grass right as you roll in off the Rock Freeway here at the East Troy exit number 38. We also have our special occasion. When you win for your first time, you should show up at the show, right? We keep saying that. We've said that to a young man for a long time. And now the youngest ever winner in the bumper-to-bumper IRA Outlaw Sprint Series, Logan Julian, has won his very first feature. It was on Saturday night at the LaSalle Speedway, the Bill Waite Jr. Memorial. And Logan's here with his dad, Brian. We're talking to those guys. It's pretty exciting. And in a little bit, we're going to be talking to a gentleman you want to hang out with. He's got a lot of stories to tell. We'll share some here on the show. He worked with Alan Kowicki in his shop. He was one of those guys that started volunteering, worked with Alan, became a crew member full-time, and was Alan's spotter in the sky from '89 through his championship season and on in through the spring of 1993. Danny Cameron. Danny Cameron is here with us. Danny continues to be the mentor to the stars of the Kowicki Driver Development Program. Young drivers across the country get nominated. Danny has paired himself up with Bryce Miller, who of Columbus, Wisconsin, is racing for the Kowicki Cup. We'll talk to Danny about that and some other cool stories you'll want to hear that you'll only hear here on the Racing Roundup Show with our friend Danny Cameron, an OG crew member from Alan Quicky's NASCAR Championship season. Lots to talk about on the program. Race results from NASCAR and short tracks all over the place. We want to tell you right now, we're so happy to be here on a bike night. It's a great night to celebrate, great night to thank and welcome into the show Leon from LD's Barbecue. Leon, thanks for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me. This is always so much fun. It sounds like the warm-up laps at the racetrack with all these big Harleys running around here, and we couldn't have a better night for this final bike night of the season. This is the end of our 7th or 8th year. I can't even keep track anymore. There's some of the best people that I could ever imagine hanging out with. Everybody gets together like a big family. We just stay just long enough we don't piss each other off, and then we look forward to coming back next time.
Leon, when it comes to holding these type of events, you can be closed on Monday. You've offered to be closed on Tuesday, but this bike night is something special for you, isn't it?
It is very special. It's one of the highlights of my life. It really is. I mean, you have marriage, you have kids, you have your business, and then I've always geared wherever I was located. And I've been at 3 different locations,
Yep.
and Quick Trip ran me off for the last time until I stopped here. But I've always catered and hoped to get to motorcycles. I don't know why. I just like the guys on the bikes, and they like barbecue, and I feel like it's a safety issue too. If they get a little barbecue sauce on their hands, they're not going to lose grip on the wheel.
I am here to tell you our
Steering
first
wheel.
broadcast this year, I was blown away about how many people were here at 11 in the morning when I came here to talk to you guys about hopefully hosting the show and you guys spending some time and marketing dollars with us. When it comes to this, it's a special destination. At 11 in the morning, there are policemen, there are firemen, there are county workers, there are guys that no doubt travel from distances saying, if my route doesn't go past LD's in East Troy, I'm driving for the wrong company.
Absolutely.
It's jumping at 11 o'clock when you open in the morning.
Yeah, it is. It is. And Whitewater having a college is a blessing too, because all the people from Illinois drive up to see their kids, drop them off, pick them up, and visit them during the school year. They always stop here.
Leon, it's special to have you here. This is a passion of yours that became a business.
You're
a degreed nurse,
right?
And you worked with a lot of different people, a lot of different situations, but you said, I want to turn my passion into a business. This is something cool that you now have won many, many awards for what you've been able to do with your friends and developing some awesome food, sauces, rubs.
Well, we have won awards, and you know what? They're in the corner over there getting dusty. But the fact that people come back is the biggest award I can ever achieve. And the signatures on the wall in there, and there's so many stories. If you come inside and sit down in my restaurant, you just start looking at the wall, you can read history. You can see people who have met here, said yes here, got married with us. It's just a big history thing. And you know, this country sometimes gets it backwards. They feel like food industry is the bottom of the rung, but if you know about Maslow's hierarchies of needs, you got to breathe, you got to drink, you got to eat. Nothing else happens until that happens. And that's the way I've approached this. And being a nurse for so many years, I would never give somebody bad medical care, and I would never let them eat something that wasn't good.
You have dedicated employees, including your friend Brad, who you've known for over 20 years. He's involved in the business.
He is now.
He's brought the passion that you have and will continue that passion here.
He better.
Yeah.
He better.
When it comes to LD's Barbecue, what would you say you're known for? And people say, I want more of that, and why are you sold out of it? Brisket?
You know, I would say it's brisket.
Yeah.
You know, that's the trickiest thing on the menu. If it's not right, it's not right, and you can't serve it. If it's wrong and somebody gets it, they're going to let me know it. It's most expensive. It's the brisket.
We also have an opportunity to have a sampler. I always get the sampler here. 2 pounds of meat, 4 sides. Your baked beans are not baked beans. They are ribs and beans.
Ribs and beans, chopped up rib meat,
Oh, man, it's
smoked
so
in
good.
a smoker for 5 hours.
So good.
Yeah.
Now you got the pulled pork.
Yeah.
But the half chicken, I'm telling you, you get a whole chicken and it's not enough. You're going to keep eating it. It's amazing what you do with your chicken.
The chicken is my favorite thing on the menu, actually.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, the unfortunate thing is that everybody's got chicken, right? But I would put my chicken, if there was one thing I would want you to eat for that, and we never got to see each other again, and you remembered me for it would be the chicken.
And you have a chance to get dark meat in a quarter or white meat in a quarter or half a chicken or a whole chicken. I'm telling you, you will be very satisfied. My son's favorite is the smoked sausage. You have 2 different flavors of that.
I do. I have a zippy one, a spicy one.
Yeah.
And those are the only place you can get them are right here.
Now, I'm looking at a bottle of sauce that I bought here last week when I came in for the big sampler. This is the original Boss's Barbecue sauce. How many flavors do you have in a jar like this you can buy?
I have 4 different flavors right now. I'm working on 2 more.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're on the table, so you can sample them here. If you don't want to buy the whole bottle, you can sample them here while you dine in and say, I need more of that. I need a go box, is what I said. There's a lot of food you guys serve.
Yeah. You absolutely.
Rubs. How about rubs? How much fun is that to create something that you know is going to be good?
It takes time. I actually had one rub for probably 10 years, and then I developed one for pork because pork loves sage. And I got it all together and made it, and then I lost the recipe. It took me a year to reproduce it. I mean, to get it back to that first little sample that I had.
Yeah.
But now you can get a pork rub or butt rub is what we call it, and then the LD's original spice blend.
When it comes to eating here, that's part of the experience, and I love the fact that you embrace motorcycles. You actually gave away bikes in helping the families of down or fallen policemen in the Band of Blue. You guys bought a motorcycle and gave it away after raffling it off.
We've done 2.
Wow.
We've done 2, and there might be another one.
Okay. The neat thing is that's a big deal. That's a big deal to invest in that, not just for the awareness, but the idea of you are always thinking about what else can we do to help others with their business.
The Band of Blue is really important to me because one of the things when I was nursing, and it probably drove me a little bit out of the emergency room, is when the kids would come in. Kids get injured, it's not their fault most of the time. It's negligence or poor training or poor upkeep or whatever, you know, and they get hurt. The Band of Blue is focused on the children of fallen officers. And they don't forget about them in 2 or 3 months or 6 months or a year. They revisit them. And that's, I think, important because anybody can say, you know, oh, this week we're going to take care of that family that they got hurt or sick or had an emergency. And then in 2 months, where are you? But they don't. They keep after them. And that's why I was very proud to be able to give them a check for $10,000 this year.
Holy cow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really neat. When it comes to Aldi's Barbecue, it is award-winning sauces, award-winning rubs, and the best barbecue you'll find anywhere. You need to make this a destination stop. I also want to bring up the fact that you sponsor race cars. You've got
Absolutely.
Tommy Coolcat Colburn races around the area with a big wing with a big old Aldi's on the side. You do catering for whether it be a race car party or a wedding for 500. You guys do a lot of that working in different areas in racing.
Oh, it's great. It's great. I love it. I love to go fast, so I like my food to go, or my logo to go fast too.
And I love the fact you're involved with our show. Where can people find, perhaps even buy this and get it shipped to them if they're online and not able to make it to Aldi's in East Troy?
LDSBBQ.com.
And I tell you, the Facebook page will have those specials when the burnt ends are on, when you guys get the meatloaf in.
Right.
It's on a schedule.
Now, meatloaf is on Wednesdays.
Okay.
That's written in stone.
And burnt ends, you better be here early or you ain't going to get none.
Yeah. The specials do go fast on Sundays.
Leon, thanks for your time. Thanks for being here.
I appreciate it.
Thanks
you
for everything
so much.
you're doing for everybody. And we love the fact that we're at Aldi's Barbecue again. We got race cars in the parking lot. We're hanging out with our friend Leon. Come on down. It's bike night tonight. It's the last one of the year, but Wednesday through Sunday, no better place to get down some really, really good barbecue is here at Aldi's Barbecue in East Troy. We'll be right back with more on this edition of the Racing Roundup Show.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundup.show.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
At Automatic Transmission Design, we know your vehicle is important to you. When your transmission needs servicing, take it to the best. ATD in Germantown, Wisconsin. ATD understands how important it is to get your vehicle fixed right the first time. When you take your vehicle to ATD, our ASE trained technicians will run diagnostic tests to pinpoint the exact problem and answer any questions you may have before repairs begin. ATD has been providing high-quality, honest repairs to customers for over 15 years. We service all makes and models using the best parts and equipment available. When you come to ATD, you will get an honest assessment of the problem, simple explanations, experienced technicians, competitive pricing, high-quality parts, and their 100% guarantee. Money is not the goal at ATD. It is the result of fixing the problem and returning the vehicle to you. That is their goal. The next time your vehicle needs quality transmission service, give Charlie a call at 262-251-7777 or visit autotransdesign.com.
Angler's Bar and Grill and Campground is your destination for relaxation and fun. There's a full-service bar and restaurant with 54 campsites with full hookups, all less than a mile from the beautiful Wolf River. It's where the locals go in Fremont, Wisconsin. It's also home to the Midwest Mower Racing Club. All roads lead to Angler's Bar and Grill and Campground in Fremont, Wisconsin. Visit their Facebook page for live-tainment and lawnmower racing schedules. Angler's Bar, Grill, and Campground.
Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable. Life is full of questions. Is the presentation ready for work tomorrow? Why is there so much traffic at 3 p.m. on a Tuesday? Are your in-laws visiting this weekend or next? You've got plenty of things to worry about. Whether your car will start shouldn't be one of them. With an outrageously dependable battery under your hood, you can cross one of those questions off your list, which gives you time to answer more things like,
Are we there yet?
Interstate Batteries, delivering the most trustworthy source of power to the world since 1952.
Jiffy Lube has locations across Wisconsin to serve you. Visit jiffylube.com to locate your store and to find the latest coupons and promotional offers. You're greeted by a friendly and knowledgeable staff. Grab a water or coffee and know you and your vehicle are in good hands. Windshield wipers, new tires, and alignments are a few of the many services offered. Jiffy Lube proudly features Pennzoil. There's a whole lot more than no appointment drive-up oil changes at Jiffy Lube. Welcome to personalized car care. Wisconsin race fans, find your store at jiffylube.com.
The Racing House, from
From Slinger Speedway to the Nürburgring in Germany, we have professional, state-of-the-art racing simulators that allow you to authentically experience any racetrack in the world in your race car of choice. Our mission here is simple: to bridge the gap between motorsport and accessibility. Book your session online. Visit www.theracinghouse.com. We are open to everybody, whether it's you, friends, family, or colleagues. Come in and race against each other. Welcome to the home of sim racing in Wisconsin, The Racing House. The Racing House.
Hey there, this is Leon from LD's Barbecue, open Wednesday through Sunday in East Troy. Not only do we serve your favorites every day, but we also provide catering for graduations, weddings, office parties, and more. Stop in and try our award-winning food, sauces, and rubs. Check us out on Facebook for daily specials. LD's Barbecue in East Troy. Remember, we'll smoke your butt.
Like our show on Facebook and share our content with other race fans. We hope to see you at one of our upcoming shows too. Join racers, other race fans, and win prizes. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show. We're hanging out with you on a Benson Valley Bourbon Road Show night. Thanks to our friends at Oak Creek Automotive. We're hanging out with you in East Troy, Wisconsin. Exit 38 off the Rock Freeway. We're hanging out in East Troy at LD's Barbecue. It's awesome barbecue. They've got a live band going on, sandwiches for sale. A lot of fun things to do. Bring your lawn chair, bring your friends. We got classic cars in the parking lot. Frank Smith brought his 58 Ford. Thank you, Frank. And amongst other cool cars here, we have race cars in the parking lot, race drivers and teams to talk to, and a bunch of race fans are going to win something after the show. We have great prizes as well. So come on down. We'll get you a ticket. You can do that and have some fun with us here at LD's, here hanging out in the parking lot on a Tuesday night for Bike Night, the final Bike Night at LD's this summer. If you're looking to sell or buy a home or commercial property, choose the Rapina Group, Coldwell Banker Home Sale Realty. List and buy with confidence. Hire a realtor that has the knowledge and expertise to get your deal done. Not all realtors are the same. Knowledge is power. You need to want to hire knowledge. Choose Coldwell Banker Home Sale Realty and sell your house with the Rapina Group. Visit rapinagroup.com. I mentioned Benson Valley Bourbon Road. They sponsor our road shows all year long. They have just put out a second release of a bottle on August 22nd. It's the High Rye Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. They are 2.5 miles from the famous Buffalo Trace Distillery on the very attractive and free-flowing, beautiful lime-lined river called Benson River. And Benson Valley dates back to the 1930s of the old Kennebec Distillery. They are now in business. They are supporting our show. If you'd like to go to their gift shop, feel free. If you want to go online to find their great products, you can see them on Facebook or go online on their website at bensonvalleybourbon.com. I want to thank them for being part of our program and every one of our road shows this year. Russ and the gang, they are really, really special people to help sponsor us, and they sponsor James Swan, they sponsor Jeff Storm, and others here in racing. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show. We're hanging out with you at LD's Barbecue on a Tuesday night. We're here on an outside occasion to celebrate Bike Night at LD's in East Troy, and it's a celebration for more than one reason. We're hanging out with one of the most colorful guys I've gotten to know over the last couple years. For over 30 years, he's been involved in racing, and for over that many years, he's also been one of the main torch bearers for what is the legacy of Alan Kowicki. He was a crew member as a volunteer, became a crew member full-time, became Alan Kowicki's spotter, including during the 1992 NASCAR Cup Series champion. Let's welcome in my friend Danny Cameron to the Racing Roundup Show. Danny, how are you?
I'm having the time of my life, Jim. Thank you.
The introduction doesn't do it justice, because I tell you, you've got more stories to tell, and you are so involved and so passionate. This show was started by Terry Jeffords, who was that WLPX sponsor of Alan's car around this area. When he went national, that was a big risk. There were guys that would be in Alan's shop. According to Paul Andrews, his crew chief, Paul said some guys didn't make it past lunch. There are guys that have dedicated their careers to saying, I'm a racer, I want to help you. Alan found racers that wanted to help him. How did you get involved with Alan Kowicki Racing?
Well, I was a big fan. I was a little street stalker at Shangri-La in upstate New York. And on Sunday, we'd all get together and watch the race, and they'd root for everybody else, but I'd root for Alan because he was doing what I wanted to do. He was going to the show with one car and two engines. And I said, that's my kind of guy. So they teased me a lot. They used to actually call me Alan Kowicki, or Danny Kowicki. And one day he won the race, and it all changed.
That was November 1988. I was in the stands then in Phoenix. I loved it. I went back every year. Because of that, I got a chance to get to know people in Phoenix. I got the chance to then work public address. So that Kowicki effect has taken me in all sorts of directions. When it comes to you, Danny, I want to tell one story for our folks watching this show. 1992, Atlanta Motor Speedway. 6 drivers eligible to win the championship. Alan's 40 out. Bill is 30 out, or Davey's 30 out, and Bill Elliott's leading the points. And you are the spotter with everything on the line. Could you take me from maybe even the first pit stop when they lost that first or second gear and had to struggle through the rest of the day in what became one of the greatest races in NASCAR history?
Well, yeah, the first pit stop was pretty exciting. We lost first gear. And Joey Knuckles from the 28 car, if you can believe it, come over and says, whatever you do, don't shift that car anymore. And I'm sure Paul Andrews knew that. And we ran the rest of the race in fourth gear. A lot of people don't know that.
That's amazing to know that happened. There's also something that Alan believed in. He believed in his guys. And I know in watching many, many things, including Tony Gibson, was the gas man that day,
yes,
hoping and praying he got enough gas in the car to the point where he told his wife, who was in the back of the pits, honey, if you see me running and Alan runs out of gas, we're not stopping. We are running to the car and getting out of here before I get lynched.
Yeah.
There were things that were happening that Sunday. Let's go back to that note you handed Alan before he climbed in the car. As all things came to be, there are special moments I certainly want you to share.
Well, sure. When you're spotting, you're the first guy to have to leave everybody when they're having lunch and getting ready for the track. And I'd always have a little 37-second meeting with Alan before I went up on the spotter stand. I called it the prayer meeting. You know, remember last time, and remember I can't see this and that. Well, he wasn't there that day. It was, a Richard Petty day. It was busy. So I went in this little tiny room back there and found an envelope, and I wrote, hey, pal, I know it's the biggest day of your life, but it's the biggest day of our life, too. So be cool. And remember, the only way NASCAR can get you is speed on pit road. I put in big letters, watch your speed. Folded it up, put it on his little uniform, and you know what happened after that.
He climbs in the car. He goes through what was one of the most amazing races, and I was fortunate to be in the grandstands in Atlanta that day on that cold afternoon in November. I watched a battle of titans. I watched Alan Kowicki lead a lap. I saw Bill Elliott to his inside lead the next two laps. Then I saw Alan challenge back on the outside. Then I'm listening to Alan's scanner, and they're saying, we got to save fuel. Or we got to come in this lap. And Alan continued knowing what was at stake, and he stayed out, 2 more laps, and then pitted. And that ultimately won him the championship on the tie-breaking effect that Bill had more wins, but Alan led more laps that day at Atlanta to get that extra 5-point bonus to win by 10.
Yes, I just like to make a point about our team and that car. Some people say, because Davey crashed, we fell into it. Well, we ran 500 miles, led the most laps, and came in second with 1 gear. I think we had the best car that day.
I will never forget the sound of Alan when he came and nosed it under the flag stand for just the second and only time in his life. He did the Polish victory lap. The first was in Phoenix in 88. I was there to see that. But he nosed into the front stretch wall to make a Y-turn to make that lap in 4th gear. I'll never forget that sound or that feeling. What was it like for you guys knowing that was an accomplishment that you all got to be part of?
Well, first and foremost, we were all relieved that we didn't choke that day because he taught us not to choke. That was our job. Before the race, he went and talked to Earnhardt. He says, what do I do? Earnhardt says, don't change nothing. And we didn't. It was just another day, and just another day with Alan at the racetrack was perfection, okay? You better be doing your job. But he found people that could and did and could read his mind and work as an absolute perfect team, and it was absolutely our best day.
Danny, I know that you mentioned something to me that I want to share now. We all know Alan had a comb in his car, in that little box that Pete Jackson built. Had a little comb, did his hair before he got out of the car. But you also told me, did you see the video? Watch for his hand reaching in the compartment, and he goes in his pocket before he climbs out. What do you think was in his hand or in his pocket?
A note.
Your note.
My note. Actually, it was still in the glove box.
Okay.
He was starting to get out. Watch the video. Dr. Jerry Punch standing right there, and he hesitates, and he reaches down in the little glove box and gets that envelope and puts it in his pocket. For 30 years, I never noticed it. But if you look, that's what happened. And that was the note.
The special notes you carry now are for the next generation of racers in the Kowicki Driver Development Program. You're a mentor in that program for young racers, including Levon Vandergeest of Wisconsin last year, and this year working with Bryce Miller. How much fun is that?
Indescribable. Bringing an old racer back to have some kind of evidence of success, I guess. I don't know. But it's unbelievable that these I have anything to tell them. But apparently I do, and Bryce is the next superstar, along with Levon. He was my last year guy, but I'm mentoring them both still. Okay, I don't want anybody to go. They're almost the same person. They almost drive the same way. They have the same families. It actually changed my life.
The passion and support is there, no question. Danny Cameron's a lot of what goes on now with Kowicki Driver Development Program for young racers now and since 2015, honoring drivers and selecting them and working them to the point where they're representing Allen's legacy. You can find out more at KowickiDDP.com. That's the website. And we hope you have a chance to spend some time with Danny Cameron, given the opportunity. Danny, thanks for being on the show today.
Thank you very much, Jim.
And that is it for our television portion, because I want to get in the good stuff now.
Okay.
So if you're watching and seeing this show, you can watch it on demand anytime. You can watch it on our YouTube channel. You can watch it on Facebook. This is a shop sign, little guy, that was made to raise money for Allen Quickie Park, I believe, through the Allen Quickie Fun Run Walk that Terry Jeffords and Dennis Erneska, founders of our show, began. Or this sign actually became a symbol for a lot of people. I want a piece of what Allen did. I knew him as a fan. I knew him as a friend. I worked for the guy for 2 weeks. I changed his tires once, whatever it is. But this little sign I carry with us on our show set every week. I've got two of these. I've got this one. I want to keep it home like under glass like you should, right? But this has been with me for a long time. This sign, the actual sign from Allen Quickie's shop in the front of his shop on Victory Lane, I believe the address is 6777.
6007.
That's it. It's a 7. I knew it ended 7.
6007.
He worked there. This sign was on the front lawn. That sign now lives in the Brooks Pavilion at Allen Quickie Park in Greenfield on Highway 100 in Cold Spring. You visited there today. Tell us about the sign that we can all see in that glass above the doorway of that pavilion to forever remember how cool it was to see that sign in a special place.
Pretty special sign. I want to put a shout out to Jeff Bodine, because Jeff Bodine left that sign sitting there the entire year. And all the little cars and all the little notes and all the little flowers and everything that people brought there stayed there that entire year. He took a piece of plexiglass and put it over the door of Allen's office, so when people came to visit, they could come and see Allen's office just the way he left it, and it stayed that way that entire year and actually into the next year. The sign, the day came and had to come down. And as usual, I was picked to do the dirty jobs. And I went out there and I had to pick up all the little flowers and notes and toys and box them up for Jerry and Thelma. I had to figure out how to get it off. It wasn't granite, but it looked like it.
It's like the size of this table. It's bigger than you think.
I figured I couldn't pick it up, so I went and got Paul Andrews, and he come out and he helped me, and we lifted that sign off and carried it into the shop, and I crated it up, and I shipped it to Milwaukee.
And it became a forever landmark at Brooks Pavilion. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for the care. That's a representation for me of the care you've always had. And I've gotten to know you a little bit over the years, and I really enjoy our conversation because you are thinking on behalf of Allen. What would Allen appreciate? What would he be proud of? What can we do to make him proud? That's something you guys did every day in the shop.
Every day. It's all about Allen. And it had to be, and it was, and we loved it.
And now when it comes to the Kowicki Driver Development Program, Paul Andrews is part of this process.
Absolutely.
Cal Lawson, who was the business manager of Allen in 92
and
his
93. Best friend.
Yes.
Allen told me that Kyle Lawson was his best friend, in case anybody else takes that claim.
Yeah. The neat thing is you're still part of it. You want to be part of it, including the restoration of the Underbird. It was at the Hooters Casino, literally sitting among slot machines.
Yes.
In Las Vegas.
Yes, it
was. The car was brought back to Charlotte. It was purchased in part by the Kowicki Foundation and the Hall of Fame. It's in the basement of the NASCAR Hall of Fame in Charlotte now. And you guys, including you, with the torch, again carrying that torch, saying we got to do this right. We got to get back to where it was. Larry Bean was in Wisconsin with the Underbird, did a Polish victory lap at one of the NASCAR events on behalf of that effort to raise money for Allen Quickie Park through the Kowicki Fun Run Walk. So I got to see the Underbird. I got to see the authentication autographs on there saying, yes, I signed off on this. Yes, I'm Shane Parsno. Yes, I wrote the $1 million line
on the valve cover.
On the valve cover. That is in that car right now.
Yes, it is.
It's as close to real as close as you can get to the actual car.
I believe it's the most authentic, famous race car in the world because we built it, we restored it, and we're restoring it again, all with Allen Quickie parts.
And it's the only Underbird. There was only one car that he said, I want to make it the Underbird. But that car, chassis 008, is the car you guys want to put right back where it was with your team. How's that process coming?
It sounded easy, and you would think that it wouldn't be a struggle to say, hey, we'll restore this car for nothing. It was a struggle. But now we're inching forward. We're looking for a little bit of funding. Not much because we're not charging for it. They had some other people lined up that were going to charge $50,000 to restore the car. But no, we need a few parts, and we've already set up a schedule. It's in 3 phases. Take it apart, clean it up, and put it back together. And I would think in the next 12 months that'll be done.
The neat thing is you can be part of it. You can actually contribute. There is a Facebook page called Alan Quickie Fans. I'm on there all the time. We had Randy Day on our show. Let's talk.
Randy.
Yeah. Hi, Randy. Love the fact that Mark Goodman is so passionate about it as well. And Danny, you're on there, and it's just neat to see all that. But on the Alan Quickie Fans page on Facebook, there will be a link where you can actually donate directly to the fund that goes into making that car.
We're not asking you to send $100. I mean, send a couple dollars.
Yeah.
We don't need that much money.
Yep.
But this way we can get the fan base involved too in the whole thing, and it's just going to be a perfect way. And also, it's the only car the Hall of Fame actually owns. Okay.
Well,
and so it's going to be there forever.
Danny, you're here with us until tomorrow, and you head back to real life.
Yeah, unfortunately.
What was your weekend like?
Greatest weekend of my life. I went to Jefferson for the Twin 61s with Bryce, and what a beautiful track. In just Milwaukee, just Wisconsin, where are all these colors of green come from? And who mows their grass up to their cornfield just so it looks pretty? Unbelievable. Had a wonderful time at Jefferson, super professional people. Well-run, unique track, had a really good time. And then we went to Slinger on Sunday with Bryce and Levon, parked together. We had a Kawicki feast. Everybody showed up. We had a really, really good time, and had some car not held Levon up 20 laps, he would have podiumed or won the race probably. And Bryce had a couple little problems, but believe me, he's a superstar. Don't forget Bryce Miller and Levon Vandergeest. And Levon just got a new sponsor, Holt Chevrolet.
Yep.
I'm wearing their shirt here. Hey, if you're going to buy a new Chevy, you got to buy it somewhere, right? This is a family-run organization. The 2 sisters took it over from the family because there were no sons, and they still run it as a family thing. And, that's where I want to buy my car, from a family organization. So if you're going to buy a new Chevy, you got to buy it somewhere. Holt Chevrolet. Support the people that support your racing. Thank you for that.
Oh, how about a big hand for Danny Cameron, everybody? Isn't it cool hanging out with Danny? Thanks, Danny. You're
my
great.
pleasure.
You're great. Thanks, my friend.
Unbelievable. Thank you.
He said, I'm staying until Wednesday to be on your show. He said, be at your show. I said, no, you'll be on the show, and now you know why. Thank you, Danny, for being part of our program.
It was an honor.
We are hanging out with LD's Barbecue in East Troy. This is the Benson Valley Bourbon Road Show. We got race cars here, race drivers to talk to. We've got a cupcakes as well because it's Danny's birthday today. Happy birthday, Danny. Thank you. Thanks, buddy. We'll be right back with more on this edition of the Racing Roundup Show.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Get your whole family involved in affordable, competitive kart racing at Millwright Raceway in Dousman, Wisconsin, home of the Badger Kart Club. Walk the pit area, talk to racers, and check out the action from the grandstands. There's a play area for the kids and great food at the concession stand. Spectator admission is free. Badger Kart Club points racers and National Touring Series race on the challenging paved road course most Sundays from April through September. Badger Kart Club is well established and well respected. There's 15 classes and over 100 drivers racing every week. From ages 5 to 75, kart racing offers competition for generations of racers of all ages. Bring the kids and check out kart racing for yourself at one of America's finest kart tracks. This is where Alan Kawicki, Danica Patrick, Sam Mayer, and Josh Balicki got their start. Millwright Raceway is just south of I-94 in Dousman, 35 miles west of Milwaukee, and 45 miles east of Madison. For all the latest information, directions, and race schedule, visit BadgerKartClub.com.
Adams Towing offers expert heavy-duty towing services for the entire state of Wisconsin from their Plover headquarters. Since 1961, 3 generations of heavy-duty towing specialists and racing supporters have provided towing, flatbed, and reload service, plus winching and upright, long boom service, truck starting, and cleanup. Adams Towing proudly sponsors Ryan Farrell's Super Late Model team. Put Adams Towing and their experienced team and their fleet of heavy-duty tow trucks and rollbacks to work for you. Call Adams Towing today at 715-344-3836.
427-1000 American Foundation. Cracks and leaks in your basement, have no fears. We've been fixing those things for over 60 years. Trust and dedication, that's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000 American Foundation.
When we decided to get our crack leaky basement done, I am so glad we called American Foundation. It gave us a sense of confidence, and it gave us our basement back.
And it was the right choice.
Thank you very much. American Foundation Specialist has been fixing basements since 1947. Satisfied customers are the future at American. Call American for huge savings at
427-1000 American Foundation.
Precise Auto and Truck Accessories is your one-stop shop when it comes to adding style and functionality to your vehicles. Owner and late model racer Mike Grunberg has 15 years of experience installing window tinting, cat skin leather, seat heaters, and seat coolers. There's a million accessories available. Ladder racks, trailer hitches, detailing, remote starters, and more. Precise Auto and Truck Accessories in Wisconsin Dells is a WeatherTech Diamond dealer. Bring your vehicle to the trusted guy, Mike Grunberg at Precise Auto and Truck Accessories.
The Racing Roundup Show is dedicated to showcasing grassroots racers and national stars of our sport. If you're a fan of NASCAR, four-wheel, two-wheel, road racing, drag racing, or the short track scene, you are in the right place. Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show.
And welcome back to this Tuesday evening under the stars almost. Okay, we have some shade, we have some sun, we have some bikes. It's bike night at LD's Barbecue. It's a Benson Valley Bourbon Roadshow presented by Oak Creek Automotive. I want to invite you down. Come on down and join us. We're hanging out here till 7:30 or so on the air. Great giveaways after the program. I want to thank our friends at the Midwest Truck Series for sponsoring this portion of our show. They're supported by Epic Media and Wegner Automotive. Join the racing crowd this Saturday for the Sauter Classic 50. That's the next race on the Midwest Truck Series schedule. I'll be there to help call it at Dells Raceway Park. It's this coming Saturday. Dells Raceway Park, ASA Midwest Tour, ASA Midwest Tour 200-lapper. It's a 50-lap Jim Sauter Classic for the Midwest Truck Series. Find out more about the series at MidwestTruckSeries.com. It's also time to remind you to set your DVRs or watch Milwaukee's only motorsports TV show. It comes your way every Saturday at 11:30 a.m. Central Time in Milwaukee on CW18 Milwaukee. It's also online at that very same time for the full half hour on CW18Milwaukee.com. So you can watch it online if you live in, say, the Philippines. Watch it online at 11:30 Central on Saturday mornings. It's a great portion of our show. We want to spread the word, get more people involved in racing that may not be hardcore race fans that come to our show or watch it every Tuesday night. It's also time to recognize our Anderson's Maple Syrup Racing Spotlight Driver and Team of the Week. It is Tommy Coolcat Colburn with his co-owners of the Sober Motorsports number 31 Midget sitting right next to us. Let's welcome into the program Tommy Coolcat Colburn with his Badger Midget car owners Shay and Jessica Sassano. Guys, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
We're at LD's. We're hanging out. We got race cars. This is a pretty cool time. Tommy, how's it going in the Midget this year with these guys? There's got to be a ball.
Good. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We're learning, right? We're learning a ton. I think we're just gelling. I think you find out that when you're racing against some of the top of the guys, right, that it's not luck, right? Like you need to bring your stuff every single night, and I think we're working to get fast, right? We've had success. We've had rough nights like last Friday. We want to forget about that one, and that's okay, and we're going to learn from that. But yeah, I'm having tons of fun racing for Shay and Jessica. So that's my favorite thing about the whole thing, honestly.
Shay, what are you enjoying about this season? You've got Tommy Coolcat Colburn and Nathan Crane training some of these races, and it's a schedule that you really got to keep on top of your game.
Yeah, so this is our sophomore year having some drivers for us, and last year was our freshman year, and we didn't get a lot of track time because we had some mechanical issues throughout the year. So we kind of went back to the drawing board, redid our program, and brought a car out this year, and was approached by Tommy and the Colburn Racing crew and said, hey, can we try something? And I said, yeah, let's do it, and we got him in the car, and like he said earlier, we had some ups and downs. We had some really, really good runs, and then we had a couple that were just mishaps, and it was nothing. It wasn't anything driver error or mechanical failure. It was a combination of both, right? I beat myself up a lot at the end of the night, going, man, I should have done this, or I should have set the car up this way, or gave him a little more or something. But he gets out there and he just does it. He's a good wheel guy, and it's exciting for us to be on that side now. I used to run the car, and to have someone else drive it for us is even more exciting. I want to say, I want to give Tommy and the crew the best car possible, and I feel when we do good on the track, it shows that we brought something this year. So
well, I think too, what's great about it is that we're all learning. This is, like you said, this is our sophomore year of having a driver, and so for both Shay and I, learning about having a driver race your car, learning about how to handle the car differently. We need to know more than what we knew when Shay was driving it, because if it didn't work, oh well, it was just just us.
Loaded in the trailer.
Loaded in the trailer. Let's go.
So, Jessica, what do you find your role now as you guys are dividing these roles and finding what drivers want, or what track schedules have to be kept, or when the weather affects it? Who chases down what's going to happen next on the racetrack? Because it's not just midgets on a given race night.
Well, I'll tell you this, it's boring now for me. Because
Why?
it used to be, well, this is what I'll say, is that I don't have a designated role anymore.
Okay.
At least when Shay was racing, there were certain things I needed to do, whether it was to get on his helmet, put on his strap, whatever it was, seatbelt. Now I feel like, okay, what are we going to cook for this weekend? I'm like, this is not what I signed up for. But no, definitely, this year was nice because I started keeping stats. So what racetrack we were at, who ran, qualifying times, things like that. So that would definitely be a new role for me. And it's actually pretty cool to see at the different tracks what we're racing, what Tommy's racing at this track versus this track. And, it's kind of neat to see those changes. And now hopefully next year be able to look at what we did this year and compare. So that'll be great.
Yeah, and Tommy, I know for you have comparisons going all the time, racing that LD's barbecue-sponsored wing sprint car. And in a midget, on a given weekend, you might be doing 2 races with one with the other. It's amazing to know how you can make that transition. How has that been like, working with these guys and working with the wing sprint car program, you and your dad and a lot of other folks to look over?
Yeah, they don't mesh at all, right? So if you're a dirt open wheel fan, you know that they're very different, and it's 100% true. They act differently, they drive differently, right? Different power plants. I think the biggest thing is it's a different feel, right? I mean, I raced for my own family, and I've sprinkled race for other people, but racing for them is a change of pace for me, and it's a lot of fun, and they're different than the people that I race with the sprint car. So it's fun to get like a different perspective of racing, right? I know this year, like, there's been no lack of effort towards trying to win, right? And I can give Shay and Jessica credit on that a ton. It was, especially when I first came on, it was not to be that guy, but like certain things got to be a certain way, right? Because that's how winning is done, and they did nothing but change, right? And then also for me, it was, how do I change and how do I accommodate? How do I make them feel good about me being in their race car every weekend? So that was cool, and I'm learning how to drive for other people too, because I know how to talk to my Uncle Dick, who I've known my whole life. I know how to talk to my dad. It's different talking to Shay. It's different giving him certain information on what may have happened out there or throughout the week in general too, right? Like, shoot, if I say, hey, I'm sick on Thursday for my family deal, it's like, we just won't race, right? For them, they prepared all week, and I didn't say anything. That's just a slight example, but no, there's been no lack of effort put towards growing this program, and that's the biggest compliment I give to these two, is there's from no expense spared to no time spared to love lost. So really super proud of what we've done this year, and to bring up your point, this weekend, Friday, Plymouth with the sprint car with the IRA, and then Saturday, Sunday at Sycamore and Angel Park with in the midget. So yeah, it'll be from Friday to Saturday, it'll be different.
Badger Midgets and the USAC National Midgets invade Angel Park Speedway for the 40th Firemen's Nationals this coming Sunday night. So if you have a chance to watch this show, or you're in Wisconsin, or if you're not, you can still head on down to Sycamore, which is a great racetrack in Illinois, to see that. That means there's a lot of travel in between, a lot of things to think about. I do want to point out something on a high note, Shay. Not many people can say, I got to Parker Jones this year when it comes to Badger Midget racing. Man, he's on a tear, okay?
Yeah.
But when you guys got to second before the cushion grabbed you, that had to be one of those like, okay, we guessed that right. No, we didn't guess it right. We planned for that. We got the speed. We found the speed. How do you capture that and try to bottle that up and go, man, if we can get that back right now in this condition?
I'll tell you this. We've had a couple of those. Last season we had a couple of those. And standing in the infield and watching that happen in front of us, I get the biggest high. And it's one of those things. 2 laps to go, he hits the cushion, takes out the car, and it's the lowest of the low.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things like, look where we were running, though. You know, and then it went from, oh, crap. You know, like, could we have done it? We could have. If there was a caution, we could have had him. I know we could have had him. You know, we have the right driver in the car. We have the engine plan to do it. You know, it's just those little things that bite us. You know, but there was no down faces at the end of the night. I mean, we were all pretty excited of what we just accomplished.
Yep.
And you know, it's one of those things. It's Wednesday night is our maintenance night, and you know, we're in the garage. That car looks as beautiful as it possibly can because she takes it apart and waxes it and washes everything and gets it ready, and then I do the full blown maintenance on it, and there's not one nut or bolt that's missed on that. I'm gonna work on a race car at the dirt track. I want it ready, rolled out of the trailer and ready to get on the track and go. Adjustments, that's a different thing, you know, but I put my heart and soul into this thing, and it's one of those things. It's like, man, we were there.
Yep.
And we're going to get there. We're there. You know, if we can just and have some fun, you know.
This Sunday at the Prairie. You got to see this Black 31 go fast.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah, got it. Tommy, sponsorship-wise, who is all helping you with this program and your sprint car?
Yeah, so for the sprint car deal, LD's Barbecue, who we are super thankful to have this event. I mean, it's pretty packed. This is really cool to see. Heiser Automotive, Heiser Chevy Automotive.
They've been a sponsor of yours for several years. It's cool to have those kind of companies in Wisconsin support you.
100%. I mean, we also have Nicolay Law. They're a new one this year. That partnership is growing. Dan Boris at Elko, and I mean Shay has some of his own sponsors as well. You can go over those.
Yeah, we got the Pry Bar Inc. on there, JZ Vab, MWR Technologies, Mitch Garfield Fabrication, and then just our home team, which is Sober Racing.
What's the name? Why is the name Sober Racing, Shay?
Sober Racing is on the side of the car for the simple fact that I'm a recovering alcoholic and drug addict of 13 years. I made the decision to get sober 13 years ago. I've raced something my whole entire life, and drugs and alcohol took that from me for a long time. And when I jumped into a midget, I absolutely fell in love with it. And we kind of just was like, we don't have a team name. We don't know what we are. We didn't have any drivers. It was just me and her doing it. And I was like, Sober Racing, let's put it out there, you know, and just show people at the racetrack that if you're struggling with alcohol or drugs, that we can still have fun. I'm kind of one of those guys that wants to say, hey, look, I'm doing it, you know, and I have a blast. And you know, like I said earlier, it's 13 years of no drug or drink in my so.
Racing season is winding down for some.
Yeah.
Last Night of the Prairie is this coming Sunday. What else is on the schedule for Sober Motorsports in the midget this year?
So we're looking at doing some Mara shows. We've got a couple of Mara shows left over. I think 3 or 4, maybe 2 or 3. I'm not really sure. And then maybe some extreme shows that are close to home. And then, I don't know. I think we definitely have an agreement with Tommy, and he's going to be running the Chili Bowl for us this year. So.
Awesome. I was hoping to hear that.
Yeah. We can add more to it, too. We're going to...
Wait, Tommy looked a little surprised there for a second.
Yeah. We'll do the Chili Bowl, and we'll do those... Power Eye shows down at the DeCoin Indoor races. So we'll do those. Call them like the Chili Bowl pre-race or whatever,
pre-race.
a little warm-up. And then after that, when we get back here a couple months after Chili Bowl, we're going to do a championship run next year for Solver Racing.
Awesome.
So that'll be awesome. It'll be fun to put a full thing together. I mean, we've put together good finishes all year. It'll be fun to have a little more of a directive for what we're working for instead of just winning the next race, points racing. And I haven't really seriously points raced ever. So I'm excited for that too, because points racing is a whole different deal, right? I mean, fourth isn't that big of a deal with 2 to go. It's more about keeping your car in one piece, being smart, and pushing for wins when you can. So that'll be a new challenge, and I'm excited for 2026. But 2025 is not over.
Right.
Still got some boxes to check off there. But yeah, 2026 full time for a championship.
That's awesome. How about a big hand for these guys? Tommy Colburn and is now owners for the Chili Bowl going next year and racing at the Prairie this Sunday night. Sober Racing's Shay and Jessica Sassano. Thanks, guys, for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us. Thank
you for being here. Really appreciate it. We're coming right back. We got Jamie Zeider, who did not give me the keys to this dirt late model. I can't find him, but I hope he fires it up and does really good. He finished 9th on Saturday night in the Ted Dolan Classic at Plymouth. We'll talk to Jamie on the program. We're also going to talk to Logan Julian, who won at LaSalle Speedway over the weekend. It's exciting to know we have a first-timer in the IRA Outlaws saying, hey, man, I want to be on that show. You said when you win your first one, come on. And Logan's here. Hang out with him as well. And we have not just one, but two, Clayton and James Story, 2 guys named Story, brothers racing. And their super late models are right here on the lawn at Leon's at the LD's Barbecue, hanging out with a bunch of bikers. Listen to the Big Al Wetzel Band. Back with more on this edition of the Racing Roundup Show in a moment from LD's Barbecue on a Benson Valley Bourbon Road Show night.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Contact us on our website, racingroundupshow.com. We'll be right back with more of the Upper Midwest and Wisconsin racing scene, NASCAR, and the world of motorsports.
The Gravely Mower Series at Olson Outdoor Power is raising the bar on performance with smarter controls, longer run times, and more comfort. Add in layaway and financing from Olson's, and there's no lawn you can't conquer. Buy the best from the best. Gravely at Olson's Outdoor Power, Muskego.
Jiffy Lube has locations across Wisconsin to serve you. Visit jiffylube.com to locate your store and to find the latest coupons and promotional offers. You're greeted by a friendly and knowledgeable staff. Grab a water or coffee and know you and your vehicle are in good hands. Windshield wipers, new tires, and alignments are a few of the many services offered. Jiffy Lube proudly features Pennzoil. There's a whole lot more than no appointment drive-up oil changes at Jiffy Lube. Welcome to personalized car care. Wisconsin race fans, find your store at jiffylube.com.
Organize like the pros with Hefner Racing Products. Take your trailer to the next level. Upgrade your garage, streamline your shop. Whether you're tearing up the track or tackling home projects, Hefner Racing Products has you covered with the best made and widest variety of organizational accessories made right here in Wisconsin. Shop online now at hrpracing.com.
The Gravely Mower Series at Olson Outdoor Power is raising the bar on performance with smarter controls, longer run times, and more comfort. Add in layaway and financing from Olson's, and there's no lawn you can't conquer. Buy the best from the best. Gravely at Olson's Outdoor Power, Muskego.
Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, to watch show archives, see photos from decades of our program, and links to support our awesome show advertisers. Now let's get back to more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Hanging out on a Tuesday night with you at LD's Barbecue. It's a Benson Valley Bourbon Road Show. We got to thank every one of our sponsors for making this show possible. Thanks to LD's Barbecue. Thanks to American Foundation Specialists. Thanks to a great cast of folks that are hanging out with us tonight. We've had a great show so far. We're going to have Logan Julian on the program, James and Clayton Story, and Bill Holland is here with a great In the Groove from the Slinger races this past Sunday. This portion of our show is brought to you by BMR Electric Carts, where their driver, Brad Miller, went to victory lane at Slinger. They're in Random Lake. Icon bikes go 25 miles per hour and can go 40 miles between charges. And BMRE is now selling gas-powered golf carts. E-bikes and scooters too, new and used, choice of colors, choice of options. Brad is Wisconsin's only Icon gas and electric cart dealer. Check out their Facebook page, BMRE Electric Carts Company. Oak Creek Automotive is our presenting sponsor of the Road Show. They've been around since 1989. Bobby Gudnick and the gang, they're experts at Oak Creek Automotive. They will offer quality auto repairs done by ASE certified technicians. Competitively priced tires and complete auto and light-duty truck repairs, what they do best. From emission test to transmission replacement, visit Oak Creek Automotive on Facebook or on their website, or better yet, stop in and see the racers for your automotive repair needs at South 27th and Drexel, a short drive from the Milwaukee Airport. Also, Polly's Pub and Eatery. We're hanging out there next Tuesday. They've got a bus going to Slinger on Sunday, September 7th. Write that down. Go to Polly's. Sign up to be on the VIP bus. Yes, a ticket in the VIP section in turn 1 and a bus ride to and from Polly's on Sunday, September 7th is in the offering to Slinger Super Speedway. Our friend Mike at Precise Auto and Truck Accessory reminds us that there's a lifetime nationwide spray and bed liners special going on right now at Precise Auto and Truck Accessories in Wisconsin Dells. Hey, you want to remind you, winter's right around the corner. Remote starters for 3-year and 36,000-mile warranty are available. Heated seats, 3-year, 36,000 as well. Rust proofing, 9-year rust warranty nationwide. And he's reminding you to protect your investment before the snow flies. It's time now for the Bonafide Security Solutions Short Track Report. For cameras and alarm systems for your home or business, it's a lock. Bonafide is your source for programmed card access, custom-made security doors, on-call locksmith work, and more. Support the racers at Team Bonafide by calling 262-790-9400 or go online to bonafidesafe.com. They protect what you value. We have with us a first-time feature winner, Logan Julian. We'll talk about that big win in the Bill Waite Jr. Memorial here at LaSalle Speedway in a few moments. CK Contractors, LLC, supports our coverage of Wilmot Raceway and the Wisconsin Wingless Sprints Series for lot clearing or brush and debris, lot grading, Lake Michigan shore restoration, pond building, and more. Hire the professionals, Chris Klemko and the racers you trust at ckcontractorsllc.com. It is track championship night this Saturday at Wilmot Raceway on the Kenosha County Fairgrounds for the Wisconsin Wingless Sprints, Modifieds, and Bandits. They're joined by 604 Wing Sprints and Street Stocks. The Wingless Sprints, Modifieds, and IR Outlaw Sprints race this Sunday night at the Hill Raceway in Sturgeon Bay. Our Dells Raceway Park coverage is supported by Diamond Wheels, your destination for stock car, road racing, autocross, dirt track, and off-road beadlock wheels, custom chrome finish wheels, and more. Visit DiamondRacingWheels.com. Join the racing crowd this Saturday night at DRP. It's the big Jim Sauter Classic 200, paying out $10,005 to win the ASA Midwest Tour race. It's a big race also for the Midwest Truck Series. It's the Sauter Classic 50-lapper for that division. That's on Saturday night, and they've got the Labor Day Doom of Sunday on Sunday, at DRP. Tickets are now on sale on the track website. Save by buying tickets in advance at DellsRacewayPark.com. There were 5 Trado siblings and 1 nephew named Jake racing and watching and helping on Sunday night at Slinger Super Speedway. I was one of them. My nephew Jake drove his uncle Tim Latman super late to 14th in the feature. It was Alan Cook Memorial Night at Slinger with BMR Electric Carts owner Brad Miller going to victory lane. That's all I can tell you because we have a full report with Bill Holland in the groove here in a few moments. There were some other cool moments in the race. I had a blast just hanging out in a bunch of Bar. So 2 weeks from tonight, another Benson Valley Bourbon Roadshow at Utica Bar in Utica. He'll be there hanging out with us, as will the fast qualifier or fast timer in practice, Emily Billings in the Bandoleros. She's going to come back on the show with us as well at the Utica Bar on Tuesday, September 9th. Oliver Weinkauf won the Slinger feature and the Bandoleros on Sunday. Carter Stark picked them off one at a time to win the Super Bees. Sportsman Maine was won by point leader Jake Schroffnagel, and Legends Maine was won by Ayrton Brockhouse over Team Bonafide driver Lincoln Kane. Our coverage of Slinger Speedway is brought to you by Ricardo's Pizza. Ricardo's Pizza takes pride in their dough and made fresh chili, fresh produce, signature sauces, and best Wisconsin cheeses. They're right there in downtown historic Greendale. Their website is ricardosgreendale.com. This Sunday pays $5,000 to win the Super Late Model feature plus fireworks at Slinger Super Speedway. Mike Mullen won a thriller Friday night in the first annual Wabam Dirt Kings Late Model Ted Dolan Classic at the Plymouth Dirt Track. Tonight's guest, Jamie Zeider, sitting right next to me here, finished 9th. Will Source, sponsored by Source Services, won his 3rd straight Grand Nationals Track Championship at Plymouth. Brandon Berth won the 360 Wing Sprints feature. And in the first heat race, Oak Creek Automotive sponsored driver Tyler Davis went for a wild ride in his sprint car. Hope he heals quick. He's been on the show before and hope he's on the show again. That car was a mess. I'm glad to see he's on the mend. The Madger Midgets are in action, and USAC National Midgets are racing for $10,000 to win this Sunday night in the 40th Firemen's Nationals at Angel Park Speedway. There'll be kids' backpacks given away after the races, or throughout the night, I should say. Thanks to the Addison Dalkey Badger Midgets Kids Club. There'll be fireworks as well on Sunday night at Angel Park Speedway in Sun Prairie. All that said, we have to spend a moment and say, you know what? It's a beautiful night to sit next to a race car. I heard it start, I think, and it rolled up right behind me, and it's driven by the guy sitting next to me. So here we go. Welcome to the Racing Roundup Show, and welcome in the driver of this beautiful number 9 American Foundation Specialist Dirt Late Model, Jamie Zeider. Jamie, welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Thanks for coming on the program. Thanks for bringing the car down. Mikey got it here ahead of you because you've been busy.
Oh, yeah. Being in the foundation business at these last couple of weeks with all the rain that came, not sure what direction I'm going half the time.
When it comes to expert work, you guys have done this for 40-some years, and you are way involved, helping folks figure out what they have, how they can rebuild it, if it's worth rebuilding. That takes a process, and I'm sure you guys are getting a lot of calls with the expert work you guys do.
Oh, yeah. The phone's ringing
It's probably ringing right now.
Probably.
Thanks for turning it off for a moment.
Yep.
When it comes to racing, you've gotten a chance a few times, including this past weekend at Plymouth in the Ted Dolan Classic. How'd things go for you?
Didn't qualify as well as I was hoping, so I didn't get a great spot starting. And, you just try to get through the heat race as best you can, and then the feature, trying to rip it up on the top a little bit, but went forward, but wish I would have been a little farther up. But
any different meaning or special meaning knowing how long you raced against Ted and that race was in his honor, and now just an honoree guy instead of racing like he did a couple years back?
Well, it was nice to see him. I'd seen him and the family there, and it was kind of nice to see that he's part of his race, so that was kind of nice. We raced. I mean, it's been a long time since Hales. I mean, and TJ ran my car a couple times when we were on the road, so it's definitely with the racing roundup, and we have the Hales Corners reunion and things like that. We get to see each other a little more often. So, and he doesn't live too far from me. Once in a while, I'll see him out here and there, but.
How often have you gotten a chance to race with everybody else, including when the Dolans see you in the stands? I know you got a really busy work schedule. What's your racing season been like thus far?
There are some races we didn't make due to work. There are some other ones last minute races. We just jump in the truck and basically go, But work first, got to make money before I spend it, I guess. So we're doing our best to try and do both, have a little fun. But it is what it is. It's been like that the last few years. When we got back racing the last handful of years, it just not what it used to be. I used to be on the road so much more.
Oh, yeah.
You get a lot more nights in the car.
He's one of the crazy guys that would say, hey, if it's raining at Hales Corners, what's it doing down at LaSalle? Okay, that's raining there. What's it doing down at I-55 in Peeley, Missouri at noon on a Saturday? And you would go chase that money in Missouri, for goodness sakes, because they were racing that night.
Oh, yeah. We left. I ended up, I think, in Kentucky one. It just kept raining out, and we just ended up at a bluegrass race. And needless to say, there were 50 cars there. We did real well, but we didn't even know. We didn't have the internet back then, and we just kept trying to get in front of the rain. So some of those those years were really fun on the road, but now I got to take care of business. So.
And really, on the national scene, the races you go to are not just small-time deals. This Dirt Kings event Saturday, a lot of money on the line. When you go racing, it may be against guys that race full-time in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. It might be full-time in the World of Outlaw Dirt Late Model Series, or just guys that make a living doing this. You know what I mean? Like Unziger and Gundaker and all those guys.
Oh, yeah. I like racing with those guys. I was telling you just before the show, we ran a Macon, and that was fun. Just getting back with the guys that I used to race with, and they cut the race short, though. I didn't like that. It was only 50 laps.
The track's only this big. How can he cut the laps?
Right? 50 laps, it's a few seconds more,
Yeah, right.
But it just, on those longer races, if you can be patient in the beginning and it pays off in the end, and it has for me in the past. But again, we had a bad start and had to work our way through. We were getting up there, but it wasn't, it was fun. I mean, that whole, you get the fans down there, because we raced down there so much. You get to see everybody. We just had a lot of people that came up to race, up to the trailer after the races, just see us, and they hadn't seen us in years. And
right.
But try to run the local stuff as much. If we can't get out of town for a couple days, then we'll just run local, and did okay at I wish I'd done a little better at Plymouth, but then we ran at Shawano or whatever. That wasn't the greatest there.
Okay.
But not my cup of tea. I don't care for that place.
Where are you running next?
So I'm off the next couple of weeks, and I believe we possibly could be chasing the Mars Series for a race, two race. I think it's two Friday, Saturday deal.
Okay.
And then we may hit that. What else is going on? Lincoln. We try to hit Lincoln at the end of the year just because it's late and there's really nothing going on. So
they run Lincoln Friday nights. Is it going to be a weekend special you're looking at?
Everything's weekend.
Okay.
But but Friday, if we can get away, that's where, if I can get a 2-day, it's a Friday, Saturday. So
yep.
I'm not sure if there might be 1 or 2 more in there, but then the Dome, we're signed up for the Dome, so.
You got in early because apparently that list was filled up in like a minute and a half. There's an invitational dirt late model race inside the stadium in St. Louis where the Rams used to play, but that's a one-time-a-year deal, and it's an invitational. You've been part of it how many years now? Every year?
Not every year they run, but
Yeah.
when I got back in racing here, I had been there I think 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
It's been a few years, so
You did
we've
some,
had
you
some
did
fun.
some T-shirt selling moves. I've been watching the coverage. That's the big deal down there. Bring your T-shirts, and if you do something spectacular, they're gonna buy a bunch of them.
Right? Got to be the show. I always tell you, be the show. No matter what, be the show.
Who all helps you on this car?
Oh, I got Mike Kalinowski, got Itch, Big Jim. I even Turk Letizia, I snagged up his Gavin, his son.
Nice.
But I got a couple of, it's usually Mike and I. So when we get go out to the local tracks, we'll get some people, even Dean and a couple other people more. They'll show up at the racetrack. It's just it's hard to get away. I mean, everybody's got personal things going, so it's hard to jump in the truck and leave for 2 days.
Yep.
So I'm happy when I'm at home. I do get a lot more help. So that's nice.
Yeah.
It makes it a little easier on Mike.
Yep.
So-
And as far as sponsors go, we know this one on the door is there, American Foundation Specialists. You got some great people that are a part of your deal.
Oh, yeah, I got JJ Enterprises, Flitz. Actually, Flitz Scott that helps me. He's actually at bike night here, so he's
As he
stopped
should
up,
be.
So that was great.
Yeah.
But I got 920 wraps. That's Dirt King's Jason. He helps me. He's going to be putting a wrap together for the Dome, so hopefully that's something pretty nice. But I can't thank everybody enough that helped me on a race. That helps me on a race car. Just every little bit helps.
For sure.
I just wish I had a little bit more help at the shop sometimes. We're on them 2 nights and we tear this thing pretty good when we're running.
We got the good side showing out to the stands. There's a little bit more right rear usage. You got to get where you got to get.
Yeah.
The bite's where you got to go.
Got to use up the racetrack. wherever I got to go, I got to get it there. Try to at least.
Thanks for your involvement here at the show. Thanks for being on the show. Thanks for the American Foundation Specialist support of not only our Tuesday shows, but our Saturday CW18 Milwaukee TV shows. If you need foundation work, you might have a little bit of a wait time to get that call back, but I'm telling you, you guys have been doing this for a long time in the Milwaukee area.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, especially if they're trying to get hold of me, unfortunately. Our turnaround is less than usually a handful of hours, and it's been 24 for me at least.
Okay.
So it's not great. I don't want to do that, but being on a job, it's a little hard to.
Makes us appreciate you even more for making time to come out here and hang out with us. As I'm guessing your day's going to start early again tomorrow morning, or is it going to continue after the show tonight?
I'll be doing something after. I've got a list of people to call back from today, so I've got phone calls to make and try to set up everything for jobs tomorrow and do it all over again tomorrow and
keep at it.
Yeah.
That's a great tradition you guys have. Family legacy of American Foundation Specialists. How about a big hand for Jamie Zeider for joining us here on the show? Thank you, Jamie. Really appreciate it very much.
Hey.
Make sure you sign our Bob Trader Sign Writer Backdrop. Quick story. This book has been sitting here on our show desk. It's not mine. It belongs to Danny Cameron. And it says, Growing Up NASCAR. It's a book written by Humpy Wheeler, who passed away recently. He was put to rest today in Charlotte, North Carolina. Our friend Father Dale Gruba went to the services. He left Monday morning to go to Charlotte. And it turns out, as I was on the golf cart that Jimmy Lampman lent me to take Father Gruba down to the middle of the infield at Slinger Super Speedway, Father Gruba said, I talked to Humpy 3 days before he passed. He could hear me. I could not hear him. He couldn't speak, but he did have a lot of smiling going on, according to who was on the other end of that phone, knowing that Father Gruba and Humpy had their last conversation. And I believe Humpy told Father Gruba at one point, he said, you are my best friend. So it's great to know that that connection continues. But the story I want to tell quickly right now, this book is called Growing Up NASCAR. It's a well-used, well-read book. Danny Cameron actually brought this with him to show me one very special thing. Danny Cameron got to know Humpy. Humpy was called the circus master, whatever you want to call him, when it comes to racing's most outrageous promoter. It says tells all right here on the cover. Well, Danny got together as a crewman in NASCAR and said, we need to get a mechanics race. And Charlotte Motor Speedway let them race on the quarter mile with street stocks that Danny organized and got racing before a race weekend got too far deep, and they had a ball. Well, Humpy Wheeler also took note of seeing that and told someone, boy, who put that on? And they said, well, Danny Cameron put it on. And the word was then, not to Danny directly, boy, that Danny Cameron, he's a one-man Barnum & Bailey. Well, years later, at a book signing, Humpy Wheeler brought this book, and there's a chapter about Alan in here. Danny bought this book, had Humpy sign it, and I'm telling you right here it says, Danny, a one-man Barnum & Bailey, Humpy Wheeler. How cool is that to bring that all together today? Thanks for bringing the book, Danny. Thanks for the story. Great more stories to tell. We've only doing this for 41 years of great support from American Foundation Specialists and other great folks. But this kind of cool stuff happens in racing. We want to keep telling those stories, so thanks to all the sponsors that support us. We're coming right back with more on this edition of the Racing Roundup Show at LD's Barbecue. It's a Benson Valley Bourbon Road Show night. Come on back and join us.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, Racing Roundup. Like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Adams Towing offers expert heavy-duty towing services for the entire state of Wisconsin from their Plover headquarters. Since 1961, 3 generations of heavy-duty towing specialists and racing supporters have provided towing, flatbed, and reload service, plus winching and upright, long boom service, truck starting, and cleanup. Adams Towing proudly sponsors Ryan Farrell's Super Late Model team. Put Adams Towing and their experienced team and their fleet of heavy-duty tow trucks and rollbacks to work for you. Call Adams Towing today at 715-344-3836.
Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln is a great place to watch NASCAR races, Packer games, Brewer games, and to meet up with your friends. Joey and Jim Lynch pride themselves on their friendly hospitality and welcome Racing Roundup listeners to stop in to watch all the races on their 14 TVs and flat screens. Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln has been a longtime supporter of racers, including National Road Racing Motorcycle Champion Dan Volansky. Relax around the big neighborhood bar with 2 pool tables and dartboards surrounded by TVs. Whether you're meeting up before the game, want to watch the races with race fans, or just want to grab a cold one, head to Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 Lincoln and West Dallas.
$427-1000 American Foundation.
When your foundation is in need of repair, you need 3 things: an honest opinion, quality work, and fair prices. Call American.
Trust and dedication. That's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000 American Foundation.
Bobby Gutnick and the technicians at Oak Creek Automotive on South 27th Street in Drexel are experts in automotive repair. For 35 years and counting, the Napa Certified Car Care Center at Oak Creek Automotive handles emission testing, tires, and complete auto, truck, and SUV repair. From oil changes to transmission replacement, 414-761-3250. To schedule your vehicle repair needs, head to South 27th in Drexel to the experts at Oak Creek Automotive.